Welcome back, everybody. This Week in America, website thisweekinamerica.us. Thank you for joining us on the program tonight. Back with us, an old friend on the show, author Matt Shea, talking about one of his many books. This book is called Elmo. Matt, welcome back to the program. It's great to have you back with us.
Oh, Rick, thank you so much. It's great to be back. You're such a friend.
Well, it is great having you on the program, and I think you've done 7 books. We haven't talked in a couple of months. You might have squeezed another 1 or 2 in there during that period. Up to 7 books now, is that right?
Yes, we have a grand total of 7 so far, 3 on 99-cent Kindle and 4 paperback at a virtual bookworm. And we're roughly 3 months away. By summertime, we will have number 8 out. Right now, we're doing one that we published a year ago called Elmo, and I love this one. It's one of my favorites.
It is a great story, and we'll talk about that in a second. And if you want to go to Matt's website, get information on all of his books, I'll give you 2 websites, mattsheabooks.com, and Shea is S-H-E-A, mattsheabooks.com, or you can go to sheasbooks.com. If you go to thisweekinamerica.us, can't remember that, and you're traveling, if you go to our website, you can link on directly to Matt's website. Get information, a lot of information on the books there. It's an excellent website. I know, Matt, something that you really like to do is hear from the people who are reading the books. And actually, an author, if they contact you, it doesn't go to a secretary and it gets lost. You actually respond to these people.
Do I ever? And what helps is a guy by the name of Rick Bratton has this famous show called This Week in America, because I've had several of his fans contact. I have a Joanne Mitchell out of Michigan, a Gail out of New Hampshire, and a Debbie Van Hoosen, who we've mentioned earlier, Debbie Van Hoos, from Painesville, Kentucky. And so through your radio program, people are making contact with me, and I just can't thank you enough for that.
Well, it's our pleasure, and I think you mentioned the 3 listeners, so we appreciate the fact that they all that's amazing, 1,000% of them actually got in contact with you. The books are excellent. The website is laid out great. We'll give you a lot of excellent information there. And before we talk about the book, Elmo, I know you've got some people you'd like to introduce, and also mention the publisher, because that's so important to you, is to get the word out there. The fact that you're writing these books are very meaningful. They're really inspirational. You need people to read them to get the message out there. Talk about the publisher and the role they play in helping you get your message out to the public.
Well, Virtual Bookworm has basically adopted me, and the crew is Bobby, Angela, Tracy, Kayla, Cassie, Jake, Ashby, and Jacqueline. And right now, Tracy is going head over heels, just attacking the entire internet, doing a blog tour for me. But they're all going the extra mile, and not only am I published by them, on occasion they make contact and say we're doing even more extras. Then there's my friend Brock at Inexpensive Web Solution. I can call him anytime, and he'll do a little extra. And of course, we pay, but it's just pennies to the dollar in exchange what they do. And so I have them on to the left of me, to the right, and they're just pulling me through. And then I have you, Rick. A guy in my position couldn't ask for much more.
Well, you've got some. I'm going to exclude me from this, but the others you have are really professional people, and they've really been instrumental in having you get that message out there. And a lot of that message really goes back to family, the people that you are close to. We've talked about it on the programs. And you can go to our website, thisweekinamerica.us, listen to the past programs we've done with Matt by going to the iTunes channel, and you can link on directly at our website, or going to the YouTube channel by going, once again, directly to the website, hitting the icon, and you'll be able to look up the programs we've done with Matt Shea. But so much of your inspiration, in fact, I'm going to say almost probably all of it, really is generated from family.
Oh, yes. And just yesterday, I was with my mom and dad, and we were looking at the Elmo book because they were aware of today's interview. And so my parents, 92 and 89, still alive, taking a little skip to their walk. My brother, Frank, sister-in-law, Jan, my sister, Kathy, who I dedicated this Elmo book to. And the reason why is she's a semi-retired nurse. When she's not working in the hospitals, she's doing local charities, or she's going overseas to volunteer all of her services. And so in honor of her life, that's what this book is all about. And her husband, Johan. Then we have Dan and Lloyd, my brother Paul, his wife Rosalind, my little sister Mo, and her husband, Mike. But I have someone very special. I have my number one. We've got my daughter here this time. And so I would just like to introduce her. This is Laura Shea, and she got the whole thing going. When I retired, she got me a laptop and said, Dad, you like to write. You are now a writer. So here's Laura.
Laura, welcome to the program, and you were so instrumental in getting your dad started. What was it about his writing that you felt, I really need to get him to publish these books and get this inspirational message that he's carrying, get it out to as many people as possible?
I think he just needed the tool to do it. You know, he had worked so long and so hard for so many years, and I just wanted to give him, you know, this laptop as his retirement gift so he could, share his talent with everyone, and I'm so proud of him.
Especially 7 books, and I joked about that. I hadn't talked to him in a couple of months. Has he written more than that? He's at 7. I guess 8 is coming out here real soon. Did you, when he wrote that first book, I think The Groundskeeper and Other Short Stories, did you have any idea that Dad would be as prolific as he is, and all of a sudden, a few years later, you're talking about books number 7 and 8?
I did, but not at such a fast pace. So he's always telling me I'm working on this one and it's coming out soon, and now he's working on a novel, so I just can't wait to read that.
Yeah, it's so inspirational, and when you're reading the characters in the book and you're seeing the stories that he's laying out, talk about how that relates to what it was like growing up with Matt. These seem like a lot of themes that Dad probably talked a lot about and instilled in his children.
Well, my dad has always been very wise and a very good storyteller, and that really comes out in his writings. And I can tell by some of the characters that they're inspiration from different family members and people that he's met. And so it's kind of, when I read the stories, it really does bring me back to my childhood and just growing up with my dad.
Well, the books are very inspirational. The one we're talking about with Matt in the program today is Elmo, and the book is written by Matt Shea. A couple of websites, mattshaysbooks.com or shaysbooks.com, and Shea is S-H-E-A. And you go to our website, thisweekinamerica.us, and log on and link on directly to Matt's website. Laura, a pleasure. You weren't around the last time we talked. A pleasure to have you on the program. Thank you for what you've done to spread this message around the country. That was a great investment in the laptop. Thank you. As a reader, thank you for that.
And thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you for having me on.
You're welcome. It is our pleasure. Matt Shea, our guest in the program, talking about Elmo, and he's got a new book coming out. Matt will be back, I'm sure, in a couple of months, and we'll have a chance to talk to him as well. Matt, are you back on the line?
Yes.
Okay, that was interesting that how this whole thing started, and I've read on the website how instrumental your daughter was, and isn't that so nice to have a cheerleader, especially someone in the family that's encouraging you to get out there and to spread the word?
Oh, yes, she was always there, my number one fan, but it was a two-way street. I would attend her games, I would attend her campfire meetings, so it worked out both. We were each sort of success breeding success. Look at me, look at you, and encouraging one another.
Is there ever a time when you're sort of spend off by yourself? Because I get the impression, we've talked about it before, the big table there and everybody getting together. This really is sort of your residence, sort of a community house where people come by and talk and you share ideas.
I would have to say yes on that one. Much of me as a loner, where I'm that guy who will be up at 1 a.m. writing, I'll take a hot bath, I'll write more, I'll go for a walk. But then the other side is I'm in a good situation, a good crossroads where loved ones are there. The door's open, we'll talk. In fact, just before this radio interview, we had a meeting of the minds and just got excited about what tidbits we could throw in. And so I pulsate back and forth that way.
Ella and Renee, I think they're there with you offering encouragement as well?
Yes, Ella's right here. And please do not mention the game of chess because she got me again last night.
You know, I think that's a recurring theme here. I think the last time we talked about that Ella nailed you. Now, do you guys play for money or is it just for fun?
Oh, I know not to bet money. I would be out on the street right now. It's for fun until they tell any of it, then the writing's on the wall. But they're great games. Hey, Ella's right here.
Ella, this is Rick. We're on the radio now. We're actually talking with Matt about the book, and I understand that you cleaned him out again in chess.
Well, We have some great games, that's for sure.
It sounds like it. One of the books we'll have to talk about. In fact, we'll see if you write a book about how to beat your neighbor at chess. So we'll have you on the program to talk about that. Thank you for your inspiration to Matt, and thank you for being with us and listening to the program. We appreciate that. Thank you.
Oh, thanks for talking to me again.
It is my pleasure. That was Ella, the chess champion of Washington State. That's an unofficial title. I just sort of gave that to her, but I think that she could probably win it if she had to. And Renee is there as well?
Renee is right here holding her 16-year-old cat, Chelsea, and we'll get her on.
Hi there.
Renee, how are you today?
We're having a great time. We're having tea party.
Well, that is that's something. That's something we've talked about a lot there with Matt. Is the tea party in the neighborhood and your cat sitting? I understand today, and they're offering encouragement. Have to be quite proud of what Matt has done and the success he's had with the books, and how really how much enjoyment he's brought to people all across the country who have read the books.
Oh yeah, they're very inspirational, and this one in particular, I really enjoy when the son comes to acknowledge what's going on and who's who, and comes to an understanding. That's the epitome of the story in a sense. And I really enjoy that part, and so can't wait for the next one.
It's an excellent book.
Bits about it.
Yeah, and I understand that's going to be coming up in a couple of months, so I'm sure that we'll be talking again. Renee, thank you for being with us on the program, and
it's great.
Appreciate hearing from you again, and we'll talk a little bit with Matt about Elmo, and then we'll talk to you probably in a couple of months.
Okay, good to hear from you.
Thank you. Same here, ma'am. You're listening to This Week in America. Matt Shea, our guest on the program and author of 7 books. Elmo is the one we're talking about on the program today. The book is available information at mattsheabooks.com. Shea is S-H-E-A, or shaysbooks.com. Books available in various formats, and you can get all of that information at the websites or link on directly to our website and go to Matt's website. Matt, let's talk a little bit about the book Elmo, because this is so motivating and inspirational, as are all of the books. Let's talk about it. It's set in a town called Minor, going through some economic problems. Give us a little bit of background in the city and where Elmo emerges.
Well, the town of Minor is a typical small-town USA setting, and it's one of these all-American communities where it wouldn't surprise me if they never locked their doors at night. And every household, they have tradition, they have a legacy, they have heritage. Their fathers, their grandfathers, their great-grandfathers all went to the same high school. But what we have in this town is a dual situation. It's women and children first, and of course senior citizens. The men have to do tricks to put money into a collection jar, so like Social Security, they could spread it out evenly throughout the community so that all are taken care of. But they have to do this by hiding it. And so they take shifts dressed as a bum, and they go to the intersection of Main and Elmo, and the reason why, Main and Elm, and the reason why is it's right by the freeway ramp where those who choose to be charitable will give. The kids think that it's off of Elm Street, facetiously call the panhandler Elmo. They don't realize that sometimes it's their dad dressed in that costume doing it.
Yeah, what is interesting is Elmo is not one person. There's not a Elmo. There are a number of people respected people in the community who dress up as Elmo and are out basically panhandling, begging for funds that help the people in the town of Minor.
Yes, on the edge of this town, they have the Minor Fellowship Hall, a very old building, and all of the men are members of this. It's a town where you might be a member of the volunteer fire department, et cetera, et cetera. So at night, they wear the same costume and take shifts on that corner and sort of watch each other's backs doing this with their families at home, not knowing that that's who Elmo is. They think it's a transient from who knows where. They don't know that sometimes that's bad after freezing, extending his hand to put money in the community jar, and then they accept how far it goes community-wide.
One of the characters in the book is Ben Skates, And again, people don't understand who this is that's Ben that's out there collecting. And his son Sam, and I think Renee alluded to that, what Sam finds out, talk about sort of without giving it all away, but what happens in Sam's attitude when he finds out that that's my dad?
This becomes a rite of passage where a boy becomes a man. He is playing, being a little mischievous, the way teenagers will do, especially from your small town out in the middle of the night. And so they discover, he does on his own, that Elmo character was actually his dad. He followed him, watched him take off the costume, and learned. Then he saw that his dad was given the costume to one of the friends of the family, and it was his ship. And so this made him a man that night. I equate it to Santa Claus. He found out who was actually buying the gifts for Christmas. And to make a long story short, he wanted to advance. He wanted to get away from his peers, and he wanted to man up and help the very cause that his dads and his friends were doing.
The book is Elmo. It's available at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and at Matt's website, mattshaysbooks.com, mattshaybooks.com, or at shaysbooks.com. And Shay is S-H-E-A, and you can log on to our website, thisweekinamerica.us, and get all the information there by linking on directly to Matt's website. Just a couple of minutes left in the program, and so many of the characters that you describe in the book and the characters that we've come to really know and love in the book are people that would be considered overlooked by society, possibly misunderstood. And I know that, explain that, because that's really important to you, that we understand who these people are, and in the end, we end up giving them respect because they earn it from us.
Oh, yes. I think that every person is raised hearing that one about something about walking a mile in another man's shoes. Until you are actually there, how would you really know? And here, this kid, Sam skates, he's a promising baseball star. It comes in the family. Well, the young boy in him wants that stardom with baseball. But when he goes through the rite of passage, he becomes a man. He wants to be like his dad because his dad was what his dad was. He wants to get heavily involved with the community, the charities, the seniors, and he wants to coach Little League. He doesn't want to be the star. His high school friends, they are still young enough where they want stardom and fame. They are yet to grow up, but they'll face that learning curve when it comes. This time around, Sam had the good fortune of cracking the code, seeing what his dad's fellowship hall was doing, involved himself, and then they lowered the age so that when he turned 18, he became their newest member, and now he was his dad's friend, not just his son, but dad's pal.
It's an uplifting story, like they all are. The book is called Elmo. It's available again at mattshaybooks.com and at shaysbooks.com. And, of course, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and information at our website. Matt, the time went by really too quickly once again. It's great to have you on the program. So you're almost, number 8 is just about ready to go, you're saying?
Number 8 will be done pretty quick. And initially, when I heard from your staff, it was to do my Groundskeeper and other short story books. I know I mailed you a signed copy, so we still have that one out there as well. But I'm only 57. I got many years ahead of me, and the books will be coming out left and right.
Well, that's fine. I'm a little older than that, but I'm not going anywhere. So we'll continue to do this, and looking forward to that. The books are all easy reads. They are fun reads. They are uplifting. They are inspirational. I highly recommend the book. 7 available. Number 8 on the way, and we'll be talking about it very soon on the program with Matt Shay. Matt, thank you so much for everybody, and please thank Laura, Ella, and Renee for being with us on the program.
Hey, we thank you so much, and now we are going down the street to have some pizza salad, and we're going to toast This Week in America. Rick, you did it again. Thanks for having us.
I wish I could fly out there and be with you for a number of reasons. One being the weather, but 2 being with some nice people and have some great conversation. Eventually, we will get together and do these programs all in the same location. Thank you so much, Matt, for being on the program. We'll look forward to having you back.
And the girls say thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome, everybody. We will talk soon. Thank you. Once again, all the information available at mattshaybooks.com. And, of course, you can log on directly at our website, thisweekinamerica.us.